Okay, we've looked at the works of two phenomenologists so far. Let's try and find some common threads in what these two people have tried to say about phenomenology or the humanistic behaviors. First is, in order to gain knowledge of the world, we must examine our experiences. The knowledge of the world is not limited to what somebody else tells me. It is enriched with my own experiences. So both the phenomenologists we looked at focused on delving on what you already know through your experiences and building from there on. 2. To achieve this in a fundamental way, we must avoid all existing preconditions to our understanding of experience, scientific, historical, or aesthetic. If we truly want to learn from our experiences, we have to give up from the past what history teaches us, what science tells us, what aesthetics and beauty tell us. We have to give it up. Okay, as you must have heard, that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. So something may be very ugly to someone, it may be extremely beautiful to somebody else. How does that happen? Why does that happen? Why do people see things differently? That is critical. And if that is what we want, we have to give up on what we already know and see what our experiences have taught us. 3. There is a desire to enhance the richness and vitality of everyday lived experience. If we learn from the past, if we learn from what we've gone through, our future becomes better, our future becomes enriched. Because you would honestly have to be extremely stupid to repeat your same mistakes again and again and again and get punished all the time. Nobody does that in your right mind. So, if we want our future to be enriched, we must learn from the past. A fear and avoidance of the kind of thinking that results in the doubting of existence of the outside world. If we doubt that there is something outside of us, if we doubt that existence, it's me only and nobody else, that is not going to help one live a successful life, at least today in the 21st century. We must understand that I exist, everybody else exists also. When human beings begin to understand that and follow that, it's not just me, it's me and the others, all the others. And as the world shrinks to a global village with the virtual world and the virtual reality, I think this is becoming more and more important that people understand. People try to at least understand it's not just my existence. My existence is tied to the existence of the others as well. So, how is phenomenology relevant today? It allows us to understand or see how social structure develops. How social structure develops even today, from the family to the community to the society to the nation to the globe and so on and so forth. It helps us see a development of structure there. It breaks down the individuals, actors, and view why these actions are formed. Why do individuals act differently? Even in a similar situation, people will act differently, people will perceive differently, people will behave differently, and that's simply being human. Don't expect people to do the same thing all the time. Explains how perceptions are gained, molded, then used in everyday life. How do I make my perception of something? How do I develop that perception? How do I mold that perception to suit my needs? And then how do I use it in my future? Because as human beings, we tend to be pretty selfish. We still want to look at the world with our eyes, our way. My perceptions are important. It shouldn't be that way. Explains the limitations of a positivist approach to science. You know, positive thinking, take things positively. So what if you fall down? It's a positive learning. Take it. Well, okay. How much positivity am I to look for in negativity? There's a limit. I can look for positivity and negativity to a certain level, but beyond that, I'm sorry, there have to be limitations to that. And finally, it provides a methodological solution to a scientific investigation of realist concepts. Because phenomenology deals with phenomena and experiences, they are real. And yes, you can study reality with a scientific bend to it as well. So, this is the third major branch of psychological theories that lead to psychological foundations of education.